Kebby is in court to claim the court maximum of £5,000 for costs incurred after his friend crashed a rental car and used his name in the accident report. Defendant Greg says Kebby gave him permission to drive the car, and as the crash was an accident, he owes nothing.
Now, the two of you, Greg, Kebby, are friends, correct?
Yes, Judge.
And you met each other in college in France, is that right, Kebby?
Yes.
And in 2016, the two of you moved to the UK together, correct?
Yes, Judge.
February 2019, where did you go?
Miami, Bahamas, and Cuba.
That's not you on a date, is it? Just... What's her name? Or his name?
We can call him, I don't know, Jack.
Jack le Cochon. Did you go swimming with the pigs?
Yeah, I did.
And you had a lovely time, the two of you. And the two of you ended up in Miami, right?
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. When you were in Miami, as a lot of people do, because all of the sights and a lot of the things that you want to go and see are out of reach of Miami, one of the things you need is what, Kibby?
Car.
Absolutely. And who was it that decided to hire a car?
I did.
Where did you organise that from, sir?
To the airport straight away.
You went to the airport?
Yeah.
Understood. And you signed an agreement at the airport?
Yes.
Now, that agreement, which I've been able to have a little bit of a look at, makes clear, does it not, that you're going to be the principal driver?
Yes.
In other words, you're going to be insured and covered, correct?
Yes.
There it is. Did you understand what the excess on that hire policy was?
No.
Here's the thing, sir. You left a little bit earlier. You had the responsibility over the car and were the only named driver. So I assumed you returned the car straight away, correct?
No.
What did you do?
The plan was like dropping the car. I take my flight. Greg is like waiting at the airport. And then, like, at the time we went to drop the car, he was like, oh, I still have time. Like, can you not give me the car?
Of course. And you said...
At the first...
No! You cannot have the car. Did he say that to you?
No.
It seems to me, sir, that you were perfectly aware that you were not lawfully allowed to drive that car because your name wasn't on the hire document, correct?
Yes, correct.
So why on earth did you take the vehicle?
For me, it was only for just 1 or 2 hours.
Well, what might happen when you're driving in 1 or 2 hours?
So it can happen an accident.
Quite so, sir. You got on your flight and you gave him consent to take that car, despite the fact that you were legally responsible for it. And just as you got on your flight back to London, Kebe, what happened?
I've seen Snapchat. It was a video like Gregory waiting.
Let's see what you saw. Is that the hire car?
Yes.
Sir, that's the first time you became aware that in the short period of time you lent your friend the car, that it had been involved in an accident, correct?
Yeah, and I was like texting him, he wasn't replying.
Well, of course not. He was flying to France.
Yeah.
What happened?
I was trying to turn on the left, and I don't know where the car is coming, but he came from behind me on the left side, so I hit the car.
You must have been pretty scared. Pretty frightening experience, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
And what happened, as follows, in that part of the world, is that the police were called.
Yes.
And bearing in mind your legal responsibility, I presume you immediately gave them your name and your identification, correct?
No.
Sir, did you identify what had happened to the car hire company? Did you point it out?
No, never.
What did you do?
I just left the car and go straight away to the airport.
As a result of what he did, how much do you owe?
Of 5,000.
How much?
£5,060.
How do I know that you owe that money? What document do you rely on? Where is the evidence from the car hire company who must have looked and inspected that damage and decided and determined how much you owe?
He just gave me the paper and I started receiving call, but I never pick up.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.